Hey guys, Big Red 3, Tennis here again with a TNA No Surrender pay-per-view review. Overall, this pay-per-view did surprise me, and I'm not going to lie, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this pay-per-view. It's probably my second favorite TNA pay-per-view this year behind Slammiversary. I did finish watching 99. So, sorry, there is going to be a hard truce right after this pay-per-view review. I'm sorry, but I did finish it. And I wanted to do one review for each PWG show so I can plug PWG more than I plug ROH. So please, just bear with me. Yes, there's going to be a 99 review immediately after this video. Okay, so yeah, I just finished watching No Surrender, and I gotta say, I was impressed. I did enjoy the pay-per-view. I think I'm going to give it a 7.25, 7, something around there. I know many of you are going to think that's not very good, but I did enjoy it. Okay, we start off with Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne versus... who do they fight? Oh yeah, Sarita and Taylor Wilde. This was a pretty good women's opening match, I'm going to say. I think I'm going to give it 2.25, and it only had like 5 minutes. Sarita and Taylor Wilde, there's some awesome double team moves. I mean, awesome. Like, even moves that male tag teams, if they did it, it would be just as impressive in my opinion. Madison Rayne, I didn't expect a lot from her. I thought she wouldn't do well taking over Angelina Love's place. They did mention Angelina Love. I don't really remember what they said, but I remember they said it through the announcing. And, yeah, it was an enjoyable match for what it was, for 5 minutes. I'm going to give it 2.25 stars. I thought it was enjoyable. You know, for the 5 minutes it got, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. Okay, next we go to... shit, what was next? Oh, my God. Oh. See, this is what I hate about TNA. There's a video package for every single match on pay-per-view, and you're taking away time from the actual match itself. Okay, so next we get Hernandez, Eric Young. Eric Young said he was going to wrestle in a suit because he didn't want to fight Hernandez. He wanted Hernandez to join the World Elite. By the package they showed, it should have been Hernandez versus Homicide, not Hernandez versus Eric Young. By the package they showed, Hernandez basically squashes Eric Young in 45 seconds. You know, originally, no, I'm still going to give this a dud, and I'll explain why. Dud. No fucking point to it. You made the leader of the World Elite look extremely weak. So, it's a long story, but we'll get to at the end why I'm very mad at this. Okay, next we get the match of the night, in my opinion. Samoa Joe versus Daniels. We didn't think this match would be that good. We all thought it could be very good, but knowing how TNA treated Joe Homicide last match, we all thought it wasn't going to be that great. But it was very good. These guys have great chemistry in the ring. I think I might have liked this match just as much as their Final Resolution match from 2006. I really like this match. These guys have great chemistry. It's not the high-flying stuff that you would expect. It's a great technical match. And we really liked it on Skype. I don't remember anyone on Skype who gave this match less than 3.5. And I know some people gave it 3.75. I think one guy gave it a 4. It was a very, very, very enjoyable match. Match of the night. I wouldn't say go out of your way to see it, but, you know, like, I would definitely, you know, try to find a way to, like, maybe even get the DVD in the future of this pay-per-view to see this match, because it was a very good match. I had a few other matches on the card. Next, we get to a match that was made last minute, and that's Pope D'Angelo Dinero versus Suicide. You know what? I actually liked this match, too. You know, it was fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. I mean, sure, some of the backstage stuff made no sense. It was false count anywhere, and they started backstage. And, you know, they did some spots that made no sense. Like, D'Angelo Dinero was in a cart. He drove by Suicide. And then he had to turn around, and he was going to go drive by Suicide again, and Suicide just, like, put his hand in front of his face, and, like, that was it. Suicide put Dinero on top of a cart, and he was, like, right here, and he jumped on him. That was kind of weird. And also, what really pissed me off, they brought out a table. They put it right next to the ramp. Then Suicide brings another table and puts it on top of the ramp to the side. He does a spot. He goes to the top. He goes for a leg drop. D'Angelo Dinero gets out of the way, and he leg drops through the table, and Dinero pins him. I'm like, okay, Dinero did nothing to hurt Suicide. Suicide basically fell on his ass through a leg drop. Not even a splash. A leg drop, for crying out loud. And you left the table. That's the worst thing you can do, in my opinion. To leave a table there not broken. It's just horrible. And they didn't break it the rest of the night. It was pretty stupid. Okay, but I'm still going to give this match 3 stars. It would be 3.25, but there was a bunch of things wrong with the ending. And some backstage stuff made no sense. But 3 stars, you know, a good, solid match. I did enjoy it. What was next? Oh, yeah, ODB versus Cody Deaner. I'm going to give this 2 stars. You know, I thought it would be way worse. And, you know, they had a lot of near falls, actually. And it was actually moderately enjoyable. I'm glad that ODB won. I don't particularly like her that much. But she is She was probably the most over knockout in the company behind Gail Kim. I would say maybe even a little higher than Gail Kim. When they had to vote for Gail Kim or ODB to fight Awesome Kong, they voted for ODB. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I would say ODB was probably used to be their most over female, or just as good as Gail Kim. And they never put the belt on her, and that always bothered me. I mean, I know I never really liked her. I kind of did, but from a business standpoint, if she's your most over knockout, you got to utilize her. And they did it this whole year. They kind of did some crap segments with her and Cody Deaner. They finally did. She finally has the belt, and I'm actually proud of her. Good job there, TNA. 2 stars. What was next? Was next Abyss, Kevin Nash? Yeah, I think Abyss, Kevin Nash was up next. This was shit. This was a star and a half. This was probably the worst match of the night. It was going really slow, and it was going okay, but the ending, please do not watch this match. They bring back the fucking taser. They did not learn from Victory Road. And yes, the smoke does come out of the taser again. And Kevin Nash uses it on Abyss's balls. What the fuck was that? Ugh. God. Really horrible, horrible crap. Abyss did a nice black hole slam on Daphne, I must say, but a taser to the balls with the smoke coming out of it? TNA. Star and a half. Did not like it. Okay, next we get to the Lethal Lockdown match. This match was okay. This was probably the worst Lethal Lockdown they've ever done. They didn't utilize the weapons as much. When the weapons came down, they only used them for like 5 minutes. And Beer Money went to the top. I thought they were going to do this really cool spot to Doug Williams or Brutus Magnus. And all they did was like a double suplex on top of the cage, which was like, okay. And then they said it there, like, oh, but they're going to stay up there. They're going to do some more stuff. Nope, they just came down through the thing, which is dumb. Usually the lockdown, when you go up to the top, you stay at the top, or you go through the fucking cage like AJ Styles. You don't really just climb down to the ring. It just doesn't work that way. Christian and AJ did it last year. AJ did it in 2007. AJ and James Storm, I think, did it in 2006. And I don't know if they did it in 2005 or not. But anyways, when you... Oh, and then AJ did it in 2009, but he fell through the cage. AJ's always the one who goes to the top. When you go to the top, you stay to the top, or you find ways to go through the cage. Okay? Kind of weird there. And the finish felt kind of rushed. I'm going to give this like 3 stars. Maybe 3.25. Not really sure yet. It's pretty close. It was kind of boring in the middle, but Scott Steiner did the Frankensteiner, which I did like. And I did mark out for. It's either 3 stars or 3.25. Probably 3. Mike Tenay and Don West treated this like some big match that was great. That should have happened when I was like, okay, it was good, but like they're treating like the fans are chanting for the spectacle they've just witnessed. This is tough for me. This is 3 or 3.25. I'd have to rewatch the match, but you know what? I'll be nice. I'll say 3.25. I did enjoy some of the stuff they did beforehand. They did do some cool moves. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.25. It was kind of an enjoyable match. Next, we get to Sting, Bobby Lashley, Rhyno. Again, this match was kind of put together, and again, this pissed me off. It was only 6 minutes, and with all the shit they did with the main event, which I will get to later. But in this also, the finish was horrible. There were a lot of horrible finishes tonight. The Suicide Pope Dinero match, the Abyss Kevin Nash match. There was a lot of, even the Samoa Joe Daniels had a bad finish. There was a lot of bad finishes. This was probably the worst. Rhyno goes to the gore, and Bobby Lashley punches him. No joke, like this. Like it was kind of a clothesline, but he kind of put his fist in his face. What? And that gets the win in like 6 minutes. Star and a half. I don't think it was as bad as Abyss Kevin Nash because the ending was bad, but it was probably the worst ending. But Abyss Kevin Nash was kind of rough to watch. And I did kind of like the stuff they were doing in the ring. Let's get to the main event. This is my problem. They wasted 15 minutes on packages hyping each wrestler entering to the ring. And then they had to introduce the wrestlers at the end. I mean, at the beginning. Then Hernandez comes out. Says, I'm cashing in my briefcase. And I'm like, this is weird. Maybe he doesn't win. Whatever. No. He takes Kurt Angle. He beats him up. He goes to the front. He's going to do a board toss on the table that I think is still there. Eric Young comes out. Hurts him to the leg. And then you never see Hernandez again for the rest of the match. I'm like, what? You just wasted the briefcase on what? To further a feud where we already saw Hernandez destroy Eric Young? What? Whatever. That's why I'm giving the earlier match a dud. I would have given it an NA if Hernandez at least wrestled the full match. He wrestled for literally 2 minutes, and then he was taken out, and he completely wasted his briefcase. So, you know, and knowing TNA management, because he was screwed out of the last time, they're going to give it back to him again. So, it was just so fucking stupid. But you know what? AJ won the belt. and everyone on Skype was going crazy. The people in the pay-per-view were going crazy. It was a really special moment. I would have preferred this to happen at Bound for Glory. It would have made more sense for this to happen at Bound for Glory. Because, like, you want to build up AJ Styles Sting. Now, where's Sting? Because Sting led AJ win. It was Sting and AJ. Kurt Angle was late in the middle. And Sting jumped off the ropes to go attack Matt Morgan. And AJ hits the 450. Now, how are you going to build this? Sting says, hey, I let you get the win. You have to give me a title shot. But Sting's going to retire. So what else is he going to say? If I lose, I'm retiring? What? I'm kind of confused on how they're going to build this. It was still a great moment to see AJ win. And I'm going to give this match, it wasn't really that good, but it had like 15 minutes. I'm going to give this 3 1/4, maybe 3.5, just because AJ won. It's probably more 3 1/4 than 3.5. Yeah, I'd go with 3 1/4. Still, a little fun match, not too good. They didn't really do much. They did some stuff. It might be 3.5, actually. God, this is another tough one, right? I'll stick with 3 1/4 this time. Still, okay to good PPV from TNA. I'm going to give it like a 7.25, 7.0. You know, it's kind of watchable, and I would suggest not really going on your way to see it, but definitely buy the DVD. I had fun. I'm 310. I'm not seeing